is like when you pass on. But I prayed the entire day. I didn't put the radio on, I didn't put the TV on, I didn't take phone. I prayed to Michael, to his soul. I lit candles for him. I didn't want to bother him if he were, if he was busy. But, and he would, they get like that. My uncle has come many times. Stop bothering me already. So he did come, and it was really beautiful. We started off in a room, and we were sitting next to each other, and someone had a camera, and he said, no movies in here. You can't take pictures in here, he told me. And then he brought me through different rooms, and one thing that I saw was, somebody's beeping? Yep. It's Michael. One thing that I saw was a room where people were just awakening. They just passed, and they were just awakening. They look a little startled. So I realized there is this transition period. There is this period of settling, getting familiar. Like jet lag, but it's on the other side. And then he asked me, I asked him, what are you doing? He said, well, I've been cooking a lot, but now I'm getting to read. I said, okay, and he liked that. Michael was someone who loved knowledge. He wanted to know more and more, and he didn't have time here. And so then I said to him, could you please show me that experience? Show me that feeling. And I have to tell you, I stood in front of him, and there was a light that embraced my body, and that feeling that I experienced, I can't explain it to you. All I can say to you is I didn't want to wake from that dream, and I knew that when you pass, you don't have to worry about leaving anybody, because the love you feel in that light is so overpowering, so encompassing, you don't even really think about it. I think what pulls you back here sometimes is because the people are mourning you and you're around them to give them comfort, but once you're over there in that light, it's an unbelievable experience. And I woke up that morning and I knew this is what people talk about when they talk about near-death experiences. This is the feeling. And I was very fortunate that Michael allowed me to experience that feeling. The other thing I asked him, and now I'm like pushing it, right? People always say to me, what do you like on the other side? Are you a body? Are you soul? Are you energy? Are you light? What are you? My feeling is there's different dimensions, and in each different dimension, perhaps we take different forms because we're more evolved. What I was never comfortable with, somebody said to me, you become a beam of light. So like, am I going to know you? It's like, hello? All these lights passing you. Was that my uncle? I'm not, So I couldn't understand. It didn't make sense to me. How do you feel? How do you know each other in the form of a light, in the form of energy? Where does all that consciousness go? Where are all those memories? Everybody says they passed over, they saw their mother, they saw their grandmother, they feel wonderful. Again, I go to sleep, prayerful, asking. And I see myself in my bed, and this little, it looked like a drop of rain, but magnified like on a cartoon. And it was peeping around the bed, looking at it. But that light, I understood it. I knew it. I loved it, and it loved me. It wasn't anything it didn't know about me. The love, again, was so unbelievable. Nothing that you can experience here. I think the closest you come is if you have a child, in my experience, is to that feeling. And I woke up and I knew it didn't matter what form we're in when we pass. Love is unconditional, and love is the answer. And I really think that a lot of times we struggle here. This is only my opinion and my speculation because of that dream experience. The reason we struggle is because that feeling isn't really touched here, isn't really felt here. And remember, we come from that light. So part of us, I think, remembers that and is always looking for that feeling. Maybe it's not conscious, but the subconscious remembers, and it's looking to grab that feeling. So you love someone, he doesn't love me enough. You don't feel loved. You don't feel whole. It's because I think part of you is missing what it was used to before it entered into the being here, into this form. So I think the closest thing that I think the best thing you can do to experience something like that is to stay spiritual, to allow yourself to receive these messages, because in doing so, that's how you get closest to that higher being, that higher power. You're connected to him again. So, no more notes. So let's go back. Oh yes, I forgot. This was future dreams. Also, we'll dream of future things that happen in the future, and we can dream of our friends. My friends are not so happy if I dream about them, but sometimes we get great messages for our friends, and I don't know how long ago that was, but Bob is going to tell you about a dream experience I had about him.
Thank you, Diane. Stay over here. It's your show. I just want to say one thing. This club was founded on a dream. I woke up one morning and I said to my wife, I was told I had to start a club, and here it is 6 years later, we're here. But I said it's always great to have friends that are psychics. And Diane is exceptional in the sense that she called me up one morning. She called me up at night. She says, Bob, I had a dream. Somebody in the audience knows who I'm talking about, Janine. She called me up, and Diane says, Bob, I had a dream about you last night, and you were getting involved with a guy that's, you know, one of those guys, and he's up to no good, and his name is Vinny. She hit the nail right on the head. I mean, I wasn't getting involved in anything shady, but this person happened to be involved in something that would evidently reflect off me. She got the name and the person like that. So as good as she is, as great as she is a psychic medium and a psychic reader, she's also a great dream interpreter. And that was specific. And then she did one other one, where I don't want to get into, that's mentioned in my book about a church. So she does dream. When I went to one anyway, she is very specific besides symbols, and it all depends. So thank you very much for sharing.
Let's out the boombox, you know, Vinny boom. All right. Anybody have a dream they'd like to share? Any questions? Time. Okay. So you want to end it? Okay. Okay, so we'll just end it quickly by just reviewing. Be ready to dream. Ask to remember your dreams. Journal your dreams. Talk about them. Walk through them. Live them. Study them. And remember, as you do that, it'll